How did an entire colony of people go missing? This is All Things Creepy, let's begin. The Roanoke colony was an attempt by Sir Walter Raleigh to establish the first permanent English settlement in North America. Founded in 1585, the colony was discovered abandoned in 1590 when a resupply ship arrived with no explanation for the disappearance of its inhabitants. Known as the Lost Colony, the fate of between 112 and 121 settlers remains a mystery to this day. The initial Roanoke settlement was established in 1585 on Roanoke Island, located in present-day Dare County, North Carolina, under the leadership of Governor Ralph Lane. The colony faced challenges such as insufficient supplies and strained relations with local Native American tribes. When a resupply mission led by Sir Richard Grenville was delayed, Lane decided to abandon the settlement, departing for England with the infamous Sir Francis Drake in 1586. 2 weeks later, Grenville arrived but found the colony deserted. He returned to England after leaving a small group to maintain Raleigh's claim. In 1587, a second expedition led by John White arrived on Roanoke Island to establish a new settlement. Raleigh had initially directed White to create the city of Raleigh in Chesapeake Bay, but during a stop to check on Grenville's men, Simon Fernandez, the flagship's pilot, forced the group to remain on Roanoke. White returned to England with Fernandez to arrange for more supplies, planning to return in 1588. However, the Anglo-Spanish War delayed his return until 1590. When White finally reached Roanoke, he found the settlement fortified but abandoned. The word Croatoan was carved into the palisade, which White believed indicated that the colonists had relocated to Croatoan Island. Unfortunately, severe weather and the loss of an anchor forced his mission to return to England before he could investigate further. The ultimate fate of these 112 to 121 colonists remains uncertain. This is a rare example of something called mass disappearance. Individual people, or even a small group of people, can often go missing, but it's rare to have such a large group vanish with no trace. There's been countless speculation as to the fate of these individuals, with some suggesting that there was some sort of massacre where the natives wiped them out entirely, and then others suggesting that they may be assimilated with the natives. This theory holds some weight, with some very loose accounts of people claiming they've seen Native Americans in the area with more European features, and understandably it's extremely hard to verify any of this. This happened ages ago, when Europeans had barely even set foot in America, and you can really tell that they weren't, initially at least, prioritizing investigating this disappearance. If this happened in the modern day, it would be the priority. Everyone would be looking for these people. I'm personally torn between the massacre and assimilation theory. Of course, we have it on record that there was hostilities and tension between the natives and these new arrivals. Surely based on that alone, it's unlikely that they would have at least willingly assimilated with the natives. Bear in mind, this all would have had to have happened over the course of 5 or so years. Could you imagine colonists from England travelling over in the 1500s when I'm sure xenophobia was rife, and over the course of a few years deciding to just completely integrate with the natives, people that they had hostilities with and there was conflict? I'm inclined to think the real reason was probably a combination of the two main theories. Perhaps there was some sort of altercation, battle, maybe they were overrun or defeated, and for whatever reason they decided to assimilate, whether it be willingly, under duress, or perhaps by force. But realistically, we're likely never going to find out what happened. This is speculation on something that happened 500 years ago. Sure, the accounts of seeing European features in some of the natives is somewhat compelling, but realistically, how do we verify that? Even if we do DNA tests of Native Americans in that area, So much time has passed that it's going to be almost impossible to differentiate with those that in more modern times, or between now and then, have assimilated and integrated with Native American culture. For all we know, this could be alien abduction, something outlandish and weird like that. It's very strange that they left the settlement fortified and in good shape. Why would people do that? It suggests a willingness, or potentially, as we said, duress. Maybe a battle didn't occur, but perhaps they were surrounded by so many enemy forces that they willingly stepped out and integrated. It all seems weird. Now, these were people that were choosing to take a leap of faith. They were leaving their home country, travelling a great distance at great risk to start a new life and live possibly a very alien lifestyle to what they previously were living. And maybe someone like that, a group of people like that, would be more inclined to adopt this hippie mindset and leave their comfortable society to go live like the natives. But this was the 1500s. I find it hard to believe that they would choose to do that. It's a nice thought, but I simply don't put much weight into that idea. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Should I make more videos on mass disappearances or even individual disappearances? If you've got an example of one that you really want me to investigate, leave it in the comments and I'll take a look at it. Like the video if you did, share it with a friend, hit the bell for notifications, and of course if you haven't already, subscribe for more creepy content.